let's face it, folks, we're moving from the great resignation towards the forced resignation. As resumes flow to recruiters and the stacks pile up because businesses are on hiring freezes or hiring just one position rather than the 3 or 4 they were a few months ago, how can you get noticed? In this video, I'm sharing 3 unconventional items to put on a resume that could make you stand out. Credit score, social selling index score, or DEI statement. If that sounds interesting to you, thumbs up and likes. So, why the hell should you listen to me? Well, I'm Dr. Craig Engstrom, but you can just call me Craig because that's what my executive clients call me. I'm a career coach with nearly 20 years of experience successfully assisting over 100 clients a year with resumes and about 5 to 10 executive clients annually with high-level career concierge services. Several of my clients are CEOs, CTOs, and COOs of Fortune 100 companies, and several are board members for some of the top companies in the world. I'm also a business communication professor. The advice I'm giving to you is advice that works for many of my students and clients. Do keep in mind that any resume advice is situational, so my tips to add a credit score, SSI score, or DEI statement really should be considered for your employment goals, industry needs, and target audience. By target audience, I mean your profession or target organizations for employment. But look, a lot of people write on their resumes they're creative or take risks or think outside of the box. Then they turn in a resume that looks like, well, everyone else's. Name, education, work history, and the bullets usually more or less say the same thing. For example, manage a team of 12 direct reports. Okay, but how? Customer relations. Okay, but how successful? And getting someone to read these bullets requires getting noticed, and that's the purpose of this video. So now imagine a recruiter is navigating through PDF after PDF of resumes, and at the top of one of them it reads credit score 805. Okay, that's interesting. For early career folks, imagine you don't put your resume or your GPA, but instead write credit score 780. Oh well, now I want to pay attention to this student. The recruiter might think, well, let me find out a little bit more about why they selected this. Or now imagine at the top of your resume it reads LinkedIn's Social Selling Index Score, top 7% of industry. Now, in case you're not familiar with it, LinkedIn's Social Selling Index, or SSI, is a measure of a salesperson's social selling skills and execution. Statistics show that as a salesperson's social selling index rises, so does their sales success. I think this is also a good metric about how well you cultivate and engage your network. So if you have a good score, be sure to share it and do take a screenshot of it for proof in the interview. Of course, I could label for my own SSI that you see on screen that I've got a score of 60 out of 100, but that doesn't sound as impressive as top 7%. That's why you should always contextualize what you're writing or make decisions based on what would be the most impressive. Now, I've placed a link in the notes to take you to the URL where you can discover your social selling index. Then, perhaps on your resume, probably on page 2, they're looking over the document and notice a section labeled DEI Statement. You could also have ESG Statement or Leadership Philosophy. A lot of companies want to know that they're hiring people who will fit their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. What have you done to build your network with diverse teams, coach or sponsor underrepresented groups, or meet the challenges of making people feel invited to share their perspectives? Have you worked, for example, to build relationships with minority-owned businesses? Sharing your philosophy while highlighting accomplishments around DEI right on the resume will help you stand out in a crowded field. Now, I'm happy to share specific writing strategies and ideas for your DEI statement, ESG statement, or leadership statement if that interests you. Just let me know in the comments. You could even perhaps leave your statement and I'll provide you some feedback. Now, I will say that an approach that seems to work for most clients is a 2-sentence statement like committed to a holistic, intentional, and organic approach to DEI work that is integrated throughout my management, trainer, and talent development activities. Then, under that, a few bullets of accomplishments like established a manager to mentor advocate program to coach junior employees in the department, which led to a 75% increase in retention of non-white and LGBTQIA employees. Of course, that example is specific to an HR role, but you should be able to come up with your own examples for your role because, well, you're committed to DEI work, whether you're working in sales, marketing, logistics, or some other role. If you need or want videos on improving your resume, then let me know in the comments what you'd like to know. I'm happy to share my expertise. In addition, if you have tips or ideas on how to make a resume stand out, again, share with others. These 3 ideas, share your credit score, assuming it's a good one, share your LinkedIn Social Selling Index score, and share your DEI statement, are just a few ideas to share a unique or different piece of information that could make you stand out. These types of strategies aren't without risk, of course, but with risk often comes great reward. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you want an honest review of your resume, then consider my affordable resume review services, link in the description. And until the next video, I do hope that you have a positive and productive day.